I find myself eating her leftovers as well as the boys' leftovers. This is how we don't lose weight. So I try and accommodate the baby-led weaning according to what we eat at home anyways. Hello, it's Layefa. How are you? So I think we can talk about it. Let's talk about my weaning experience with my baby girl, Adessa. Now that we've made serious progress, I feel like I can talk about it more. I've been doing a combination of baby-led weaning and pureed food. Now, if you're wondering, what is baby-led weaning? Baby-led weaning is basically when you cut out the step of giving your child pureed food and you just simply start giving them finger food. So you'll just start with strips of chicken, maybe start with avocado, fruits, steamed vegetables, and let them get to know food that way. I would say that the mothers that I've known who've done strictly baby-led have been extremely successful with it, and their babies seem not to have any eating issues, or they seem not to be very fussy with food. They've just gotten on with it. So I think that's definitely a pro. I feel like there's pros and cons to both of them. So the upside is that you don't have to faff about with making separate food for your baby. You just give your child what you're eating, obviously without the extra salts and sugars, but unless it's natural sugars, but you would give your child what you're eating, so you cut out that whole step, and it could be quite laborious anyways. Who wants to be doing all of that when you've got 3 kids under the age of 5? Okay, I'm speaking about myself, but you know what I mean. The downside of it is that it's very, very, very messy. You're constantly cleaning up because they're getting their hands in there, and they're exploring the food before they want to put it in their mouth. Another thing is you can't really gauge how much they've really eaten. The whole theory behind it is that when they're full, they will stop. But in my head, I think why I had to do a bit of both is like the baby has played in the food so much that they've forgotten that they need to eat. In real case scenarios, even when your child is 5, when they're playing around, they'll forget that they need to eat until it's too late, and then they're extremely tired. They start wailing up and down, and I'm just speaking from experience. That's just what I've noticed with children in general. If they're not focused on food, they're toileting. It can be quite scary when you first start. So because they're eating big chunks, when you look at their toileting situation, it's like the food hasn't really digested. So you're kind of thinking, hang on, has my child actually taken any nutrients today? So that's quite scary. But that starts to calm down after a while. Another obvious scary situation is the gagging. Now, when you first start giving your baby finger food, you're thinking, oh my God, my baby's going to choke. And initially that is what happens. It seems as though your baby is choking. Rest assured, babies, their gag reflex is really, really good. I feel like God has done it in a way so that babies can survive worst case scenarios. So if it is a case whereby it seems like the child wants to choke, just let them spit it up. Their gag reflexes are really good, and they'll just spit it out anyway. The experience I found with Adessa is that every time she would gag, it would put her off as well as me, so she's done all that gagging. She's not interested in picking it up again and trying to eat. She's fed up. She doesn't want to do it. Hence why I was like, okay, I had to play it by ear a little bit. So I started giving her pureed food. It's not as pureed. It's she gets food in big chunks. She loves spaghetti. She'll just eat that with her hands and lap that up. She loves pasta. I've given her bread. She'll eat that up, like brioche bread, toast, avocado. She'll eat all the fruit. She's got no problem with that. But then I get explosions like no tomorrow. To be fair, when I'm giving her the finger food, so to speak, I don't really differentiate what I give the boys. So if they're having spaghetti bolognese, she's also having spaghetti bolognese. To save myself cleaning up so much is I'll usually give her that finger food when the boys are back from school and they're having their dinner. As soon as my boys get home from school, they're famished, they'll have an early dinner, and it's perfect timing for her, and they can have their own little sort of bonding period because they're all eating together. After that, I've only got one mess to clean up, one mess that I really need to contain. From time to time, if it's dry food, I'm a little bit more willing to just put it on the tray and just let her pick at it during the day, because that's a lot easier to clean up than a stew. You know, she's tried different things. She's even had jollof rice and she's really enjoyed that. She's also started sampling a little bit of soups, just so that she can get used to the traditional foods that we like. This is the food that we eat on a daily at home anyways, so it's not like she's going to eat something completely different. There's no point me making her a type of vegetable that we don't regularly eat at home anyway. So I try and accommodate the baby-led weaning according to what we eat at home anyways. It's taken us a long while to get there. I started doing it when she was about 5 months old and she wasn't interested. So you have to play it by ear according to your own child's needs. I kept trying. You know, they say you have to try a type of food, is it 20 times before the child will accept it? Because, you know, babies can be quite fickle. They change their minds easily. You have to be quite consistent at it. Another thing with baby-led weaning that some people do that I don't do is that if the child doesn't like it, you just throw it away. I'm not gonna throw away the meal. That's just a waste. So I find myself eating her leftovers as well as the boys' leftovers. This is how we don't lose weight. From time to time, I will use the ready-made jar meals because they are easy and ready to go. They're practical. I know a lot of people do shun them, but when you're on the go and you're ill prepared or you're not that prepared, like I know you should have your ready meals packed in these. Mama got a lot on her plate right now, okay? She loves porridges in the morning. She'll eat that. She loves spaghetti. That I think for now that must be like her favorite. Now that she's 9 months old, she does have a big interest in the food that's on your plate. So if it's on a grown-up's plate, that's what she'll eat. Now I'm having to manipulate that situation and pretend that the meal is for me so that she'll eat it, because if it's on her plate, she has no interest. But if it's on my plate, or if it's on Daddy's plate, if it's on Isaac's plate, Israel's plate, Grandma's plate, like if it's on anybody else's plate but her own, she's interested. I'm quite excited about that because it means, you know, she's really wanting to try what you're trying. Before it wasn't the case. And I know with my boys, this interest happened a lot sooner. Now that I'm quite excited and I'm encouraging her, so I'm not stopping her from trying it. She's got teeth so she could start chewing. But oh yes, when it comes to her milk, what she's currently having, because I'm no longer breastfeeding if you didn't already guess it, like a full bottle for her now is about 5 ounces. If she hasn't eaten and she's not feeling very well, maybe 6. And she'll have that first thing in the morning, maybe midday, and before she goes to bed. On the rare occasion in between that. When it comes to the solids and the finger food, I'm sort of gauging it every 3 hours. I'm putting something new in front of her, other than when she's napping and sleeping, of course. Yeah, so that's basically the journey that we've been going on so far, and this is where I find myself today. I hope this video has been insightful and has helped you. If you like these type of videos, give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And if you've made it to the end, you might as well subscribe. I usually make weekly family vlogs and I'll do sit down chatty videos like this. And since you're already there subscribing, you might as well hit that notification bell so that you will be the first to know when I put out a video. I don't want you to miss out. Thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, think smart, work hard, make it happen. Bye.